All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezers Show. I'm your host, Murph. Got a big show again this week here. We're talking a little bit Ozzy, got some Madge, whole bunch of headlines we're going to zip on through, and then a little bit of Shine Down and really an honorable album for a really great guitarist we're going to get into. Can't do it at all without my buddy, Doc Vox. How you doing there, Doc? Eh?
Hey, doing all right, man. Yeah, here we are, end of January already, man. Holy crap, this month flew by, man.
Good.
My
Yeah.
gosh, man. We're well into 2024 now. So, yeah, these are the months you want to fly by, quite honestly. So, yeah, welcome everybody to Rock and Roll Geezer Show, your favorite show for rock news. Please do us a favor and don't forget to subscribe and like and anything you can do to hit a button for us would be great. If you haven't seen us before, we do this every week. If you used to watch MTV back when they used to actually have videos and do rock news, you might like our show. So, yeah, we got quite a few stories to get into this week. And the big news this week, Ozzy's planning his farewell.
It's about time. I think his farewell went quite a long time ago. The headline reads, Ozzy Osbourne wants to say goodbye to fans by playing two final shows in Birmingham.
There you
That's how they
go.
say it over there,
Oh, yeah.
Birmingham.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sharon, of course, Sharon, she's a spokesperson. She's planning to say goodbye to fans, and that's probably good. I'll be surprised if he can get through two shows, quite honestly, but we'll see what happens. But he won't be touring anymore, she says. But they're planning on doing two more shows to say goodbye, as he feels like I haven't never said goodbye to my fans, and I want to say goodbye properly. Well, they did the end tour or whatever it was, the 13th tour. They
Well,
did
it's
that
sad as
tour.
far as Sabbath goes. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so he wants to. Okay, but it's just
Yeah.
another. I don't know. I thought that was his
You
goodbye.
know, I'm on board with this. I think I've been kind of the naysayer, and when he said he was going to show up at Power Trip, remember right away I
Right?
said no, that's not happening. And
Yeah.
you know what? I think this is a good compromise. I think this is it's something he can focus on. It's a pair of shows, right? He's doing two
Yeah.
shows,
Two shows they're saying.
and, uh,
Yeah.
and, and so he can focus on that. The travel's limited. He can focus on being there for that weekend, and that would be it. There's no, and he's announcing that's the farewell. There's nothing that past that, and I think it's gonna come off, man. I think he's gonna pull it off, man. I think he can, work
Well,
towards that, and
yeah, yeah. Two more. Get muster up the energy and whatnot.
yeah,
And they're saying
yeah,
it could be in Aston Villa's stadium, Villa
right,
Park, which is where he's from. So we won't even have to drive far at this point.
right, right, right,
Just
right.
go there, get them a couple of shows done. I'll be surprised though because he's been just in such bad shape, and I just can't see him coming back from that. I really don't. We'll see what happens. Of
Well, the
course,
thing is too is now's the time. It's almost kind of a now or never situation because he's kind of said, "I'm not doing it in a wheelchair like Phil Collins." So he kind of knows where
oh,
things are headed, and this is the time. So I really think and I really
it'd be
hope he can pull it off, man.
yeah, we'll see.
I can imagine what the tickets would go for
She
though.
says
But
his voice is still absolutely perfect. Sure, sure. And all the time he has been off, he's still been does his singing lessons, so his voice is perfect. And he can joke. Yeah, he has all these melodies in his head. Even if you don't like his music, you can't not like Ozzy. He just draws you in, whatever. And of course,
yeah,
4 years
true
ago, he was
that. Yeah.
diagnosed with Parkinson's and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see, but I'll be surprised if he can get it. Because any
Do
picture
they
I
have
see
a
of him, every picture I see of him in this days, he's walking with a cane and stuff, with probably great difficulty. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It might even be a situation. Remember, we saw him open the NFL. That was what season before this one, right, or
Yeah,
last
yeah,
season. And he had the back brace thing and holding on to the mic stand, and
yeah.
so it might be that kind of situation. But I think he's going to be bound and determined to
We'll
to
see.
make it out there for these two shows. So
We'll see. Another one of our heroes. Just Father Time is come and call.
he says
Whatever.
if he drops dead after, he'll die happy. So
There you go. Well, here's somebody who's not making people happy.
Before we go, Ozzy, did
Oh,
you see
oh,
what
yeah.
Halford had to say?
Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me, Doc. Yeah, I saw this in the in the news, but I found sort of amusing. It says here from Rockfeed. It says Rob Halford, the legendary lead singer of Judas Priest, expressed strong support for Ozzy Osbourne's knighthood, saying, "If one person deserves a knighthood, it's Ozzy Osbourne, just for the
Yes.
joy he's given people over the years." Ah,
Yeah, we've brought that up before, man. So,
ah.
maybe we struck on something. Maybe
But
yeah.
I don't know. If you're gonna give it to Ozzy, does Johnny Rotten have it yet? Johnny
No,
Lydon?
no, no,
Well,
no.
then sorry. If Johnny Lydon don't get it, sorry. He brought it joy. I don't know. I can't see King Charles there, jamming out to War Pigs or something like that. Here we go to war. Here we go to war. Good
Right?
God. So real. I don't know. I don't know. No, I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
see it
really
happening.
understand their criteria for like Nick's United, but Keith's not, which you can kind of see, I guess. But yeah, so
Oh,
I don't know if there's ever been any talk of it besides Halford bringing it up, but
oh, jeez, I
we
can't
we
see it.
certainly support it, Sir Ozzy, all the
Yeah,
way.
it could, yeah, yeah, it'd be cool, but once again, a good riddance.
Too bad it
That.
couldn't happen when the Queen was still. It would have been better with her,
Oh
but
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, like Johnny lied. They should give it to Johnny. It should have back in the day. And as he walks up to get it, they could have "God Save the
Yeah,
Queen,"
yeah,
playing
right.
in the background. A fascist regime. But here we go, Madge. Oh, Madge. We talked
Uh,
last week about
oh
her
yeah,
her concert. People suing her because she was
right.
so freaking late, over 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours late for her performance, and some fans were suing them because Christ, they got to work in the morning and shit. And they're not mega millionaires like certain singers are. So, oh, don't you like that picture of her right there? And oh,
Yeah,
that's
she's
really gone downhill in the face. She really had, people
and
should
and
not have work
that's one
done.
of the better pictures I've seen. Actually, there's
Yeah.
been much worse. Yeah,
But yeah, and she's finally responded to the lawsuit. And of course, you pointed out, of course, that ticket that you buy has so many disclaimers and
right.
protections for the performer that this is going to be a long shot at bust. But what was her
Yeah,
excuse
she
for that?
said it was due to a technical issue during the sound check. Which, dude, that is the weakest excuse I've ever. Dude,
Wait
come
a
on.
minute! Whoa, 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 whoa! A technical issue during a sound check. But wait a while. The sound check happens early in the day,
Yeah,
in the
and that's what
afternoon.
it's for, is to discover those and get them
It
fixed for
covers
the show.
the
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
the glitches and work it out. Oh,
But she's late like this every single show. That was our point, that the concert goers should have known that, that's when how it is. And but now she's bringing it up like it was a one-off incident because there were. But it's like that every show. That's the weakest excuse. Just go, just own it. Just, hey, you know what? That's when we start our show. Everybody knows it. That's you look on. You can go online and look, and that's when we start our show. But
oh
but
boy.
but quite honestly, shame on her. That's kind of throwing her crew under the bus a little bit. Well, I was ready, but they had to fix some stuff that they discovered in sound. You know what I mean? That's kind of throwing her crew under the bus a little bit, man.
Oh man.
And
Oh
it's totally her. It's 100% her.
yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah. No, the sound check. No, no. That's a bullshit move there. Wow. Trouble during the sound check, and yet you still were able to perform just 2 hours late. But the problem would have been fixed during the day during the sound check. So yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't add up. Doesn't make any bit of
Our camp
common
says
sense
they
there.
will fight this vigorously. So
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sure they
I'm sure
will.
there's no, and we brought it up. There's been other ones that have popped up and dropped almost as quickly. So I'm sure this one will too. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just the
Oh,
the way of the concert goer, one of those things you got to put up with.
right on, man. Yeah, yeah. We got some headlines we want to zip through fairly quickly, although we don't really have to. We're running good here. We got there they are. There's a headline page right there. Although, oh, I got to use Nikki Six. This is great. This is a headline we need to talk about. Nick, and I found this interesting because I myself, well, where is it? There's my car right there, '67 Coronet convertible, and Nikki Six, yeah, Nikki Six is selling. I was just stunned. His '71 Chevelle SS 454 convertible, and it's funny. He sold it at the Barrett Jackson auction this weekend, and I was watching that auction, and this is what flummoxes me, Doc. I'm flummoxed on
You've
this one.
been
If I may,
flummoxed? Oh my
I'm
God.
flummoxed them if I may use that word. It's a '71 Chevy SS 454. Now, I'd pop into the Barrett Jackson auction, back and forth throughout the day, throughout the weekend actually, because it's like a four-day event,
Right, right,
so
right.
it's always on. And I didn't see a car go for under 150 grand. And here, Nikki Six's SS 71 SS 454 convertible only went for 110,000. Let me show you a picture. That's a beautiful car, man. Look at that.
Oh yeah,
Look.
he's had it all souped up and everything too.
Oh
That's
yeah, he had
awesome.
it all
Yeah,
redone. Sounded he
yeah.
might have had a rotisserie done on it, before he got it, just bolt to bolt, everything redone. But something doesn't make sense because they had a Ford F-150 going for $170,000 for Christ's sakes.
Was this auction for charity? Do you know?
No, 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 no. The Barrett Jackson, it's just a big old auction,
Okay. Yeah,
and
that skews the numbers a lot of times because these people they can use that for a write off. So something would normally go
well,
for
yeah,
50 goes for
it's
150
amazing.
or whatever. Yeah.
A lot of cars over a mil. I mean, the prices are just amazing. What's the other auction house that does cars? Meekum does auctions, and they're more reasonable because the prices were insane. But that's a beautiful car, and I was wondering why in the hell would you sell something like that? And he explains it in the article. He says. Hot rods to me are real exciting. They're like Hot Wheels. I love them, and it's like I want to see if I can drive every single one, but I'm not a car collector. I don't ever have more than two cars. I buy them, I get the best deal I can, I drive them, I treat them really good, and then I sell them, and then I buy another hot rod with that money. You know, okay, if you're not a car guy, that's about the best way to do things, though.
Yeah, you get
Good
a
for
guy
him.
like Jay Leno or Adam Carolla or one of those guys. They have a warehouse,
Right.
full of yeah, it's
Right.
insane.
Tim Allen. Yeah, they're all massive
Yeah,
car collectors. We were talking about the professor being a car collector last week, but so he's not
that's
a
right. Yeah.
so good for him though. But I'm just amazed at the price, considering the other prices of the cars I saw at the Barrett Jackson. That just really blew my mind. I just wow, wow, what the hey? So good for him though. That's a good way to do it though. Treats them right, and then moves on and lets another owner have the privilege of owning
Yeah,
the
with his name attached now, and yeah,
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 yeah. But still, that should have brought more. I'm sorry, Nikki.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe it
yeah.
was
You're right. Yeah,
syringes in the back seat. No, I'm just kidding.
good
Just kidding.
background and insight on that story, Murph.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so good for him though. Also good for Bon Jovi. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Richie and John Bon Jovi are going to be in the same room. It's all about the music cares. Person of the year going to be happening. I think Friday, February 2nd. Is that Friday? I think so. At
Yeah,
the Los Angeles Convention Center. Yeah, yeah. Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi frontman is the honoree of the 33rd annual Person of the Year benefit gala. Good for him, man. Where is he? There he is, right there. Yeah, yeah. And of course, we talked quite a bit throughout the couple of years on his philanthropy and helping people, soup kitchens, restaurants,
yeah.
all the things he's been doing for that. So good for him, man. He's going to
Yeah,
be
yeah, we
honored.
brought it up that he was named the person of the year. And now they're actually having the ceremony, and yeah, the word is there's going to be a reunion with Richie Sambora there. So yeah, just gonna be good vibes all around. Going to be some cool people there as well. Melissa Etheridge,
Oof.
Goo Goo Dolls, Jelly Roll. He's everywhere anymore.
Yeah,
Uh,
how about it?
Bruce Springsteen
Oh,
and Shania Twain. hosted by Jim Gaffigan. So yeah, it seems like a star-studded gala event.
Well, good for them. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. Yeah, them two guys might as well get back together for crying out loud. Come on, come on, Jiminy Creepers. You know it's been too many years. Crying out loud, just break down the barriers, if you will, and just get your shit together. Come on,
Yeah.
Jiminy Creepers. Ah, here's a guy who's got his shit together. That would be Robbie Robertson, which probably, Doc, I would imagine a lot of people don't even know who Robbie Robertson is. You
Oh,
think?
come
Oh, I'm
on.
sure a lot of people out there probably don't.
Yeah, folks. He's got an Oscar nod. Posthumous. He passed this past year.
Yeah.
Robbie Robertson, leader of the band. People may know Up on Cripple Creek and The Wait and The Night They
Oh
Drove Old
man.
Dixie Down and all those kind of classics. And yeah, he did a lot of solo stuff. And he's been doing a lot of movie stuff with Scorsese over the years. He's worked on
Oh
Gangs of
man.
New York, The Irishman, Casino, going way back to even A Color of Money. Remember that one? That
Wolf
was a
of
good
Wall
movie.
Street. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So and now he's up for Killers of the Flower Moon. So up for a posthumous Oscar for movie
Yeah.
music.
His first
Yeah.
delve into the films was in
Yeah.
72. And then
Yeah.
of course 78, The Last Waltz. Wow,
Well, that
boom.
was a movie on
Right,
their
but
last gig.
still,
So yeah, yeah,
nonetheless. And then
yeah,
he went from there to Carney, Raging Bull, King of Comedy, Color of Money,
yeah.
Casino,
Oh,
just a ton. There's a
you
monster
name a
list here.
Scorsese movie, basically he worked on. It
Yeah,
sounds like pretty
any
much.
given Sunday, Gangs of New York, just ridiculous. Boy, wow, Wolf of Wall
Yeah.
Street, Silence, Rumble. But so yeah, a really finally getting his just desserts, posthumously, if you will. But good for him, though. It's about time. Jeez. A real, one of the real, and the band, just, wow. The band was so good. They were
Clapton
just
wanted to be in the
phenomenal.
band. Eric
Yeah.
Clapton wanted to give up everything else he had going on at the time in the late 60s, early 70s, and he wanted to be in the band. And they're like, nah, we got our own thing. Thanks, Eric. We're all right.
Oh, wow. Oh, how about that? So good for him, nonetheless. He's nominated, and we'll see if he gets it. But they're all bitching
Yeah, I
about.
would think so. I don't know the music, just the politics of it and everything. I would think. I mean, I don't even know what else is up for it, but I would think he's got a pretty good shot anyway. So I hope
Oh,
so. I'm a big fan.
yeah, in the award shows anyway, they're sort of
Yeah, I
funky
don't even.
little,
Yeah,
just a weird thing going on
yeah,
anymore.
yeah. But
Speaking of a not a weird guy, and here's a guy I really dig, and Billy Joel. He's announcing his first single in 17 years. What the hell's he been doing for 17 years, Doc?
right,
Jeez.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
His last thing he did was in 2007. He did a single, "Christmas in Fallujah," and "All My Life" was the flip side. I guess "All My Life" may have been the A side, but nonetheless, yeah. The last album was back in '93. So yeah, he doesn't do a whole lot, man. So he's got
Wow.
this one coming out. It's called "Turn the Lights Back On," and it's gonna hit streaming platforms February 1st, and then it'll be coming out on Columbia Records.
That'll
So
be Thursday.
yeah,
Right. Good. Very
yeah,
cool. Yeah, I was just listening to what is it, Good Night Saigon. That song's just grabs you by the heart. Just boom.
yeah.
Unbelievable about
True that,
Vietnam.
dude. Oh
Just
yeah, true
unbelievable.
that, dude. Yeah, that was very popular when I was in the army, man. We used
Yeah,
to, yeah,
yeah.
listen.
Holy shit! It
Yeah.
really, it just knocks you for a loop. It's so
Before we
badass.
move on, man, I don't know.
Go ahead. What?
I've been told I look like Billy Joel. Now look at that picture. I've been stopped in grocery stores. I don't know. Maybe a little.
No,
I don't know.
no. Hey, no. Wait a while,
It's
there,
not
Doctoroni.
unlike, I guess, but
Oh boy, you got to shave your head more.
yeah,
But I got the right. You got the right.
the
Facial
facial hair.
hair.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah, yeah.
Oh wow, Doc.
Yeah,
Woo.
I've been told like 3 different times now, man. A couple times by strangers, which is kind of odd, but
Well,
nonetheless.
oh gosh, you should
But
just
yeah, Billy's out on tour this year too, man. I mean, he
with
just never
with
stops. He's
uh
still
with
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
they do a double bill. So yeah,
Oh, how about him? Good for Billy Joel, man. Freaking A. God, really. He's got so many songs that are part of just part of our lives at this point, for crying out loud. Just a ton.
And you know, this song "We Didn't Start the Fire" that catches a lot of crap because it is kind of a hokey song. But you know what? That's genius songwriting, man. You follow that song all the way through, dude. That is genius songwriting.
Yeah.
So you know, it's kind of a hokey little thing, but yeah, nonetheless.
None. Oh, still very cool. Also cool. Oh, our buddy Alice Cooper.
Our
Alice Cooper
boy.
gotta have a hit record. Yeah, he's gonna be releasing the Billion Dollar Babies $1 trillion deluxe edition for the 50th anniversary. Wow, is already 50 on billion. Jeez. Wow.
Right?
Okay, that came out in the new
74. Yeah.
All right. Holy schmokums.
Mhm.
Wow. That so yeah, they're bringing out the big money. Gonna make some big money now. Holy smokes. What do you think about that? Let me see what
Yeah,
it's
it's
got.
coming out. It's quite a package. Yeah, 3 LP, 2 CDs. Going to have outtakes, bonus material, and it's going to have the textured snakeskin covering to it.
Ah,
So
of
gonna
course,
be kind of
as well
cool.
it
So,
should. Yeah.
and they'll have a $1 billion bill on the inside.
Oh,
They'll
that
have,
came with the original, right?
yeah.
Yeah, right. The
And
big
they'll
billion
also they'll
dollar
have
bill.
interviews with most of the band. They're still around anyway on the history of it. So
Right.
yeah, it's going to be a whole big thing, whole big.
Oh, and an electrifying 1973 concert recording. That's very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, because they were crazy back then. Oh wow, yeah, they were
You
truly
know, they kind
the
of missed the
shock
boat. You think that they
rockers.
should have put this out in time for Christmas, you know? They missed
Ah,
by a
good
couple
call.
months, you know? But
Somebody
nonetheless.
wasn't thinking. Somebody's marketing is off kilter. Come
Yeah.
on, people. It's all about the marketing anymore.
Oh,
My
absolutely,
gosh,
man.
everything is marketing.
Everything, dude.
My gosh, it's just freaky, just
Yeah.
freaky. Everything is marketing, marketing, marketing. So yeah, yeah, good for him though. He might as well, it's worthwhile for him to put something out like that. Where a lot of some other guys just like, I don't know, but oh, Scott Whelan.
That
Oh,
was a #1 album, man. And that was the last one with the original band. So,
yep,
you
yep.
know, yeah, that's kind of a big album, man.
Oh, yeah. From that was like their last album. I really enjoyed.
Oh, yeah,
Muscle of Love
absolutely.
was sort of but oh, those first ones, Love It to
Yeah,
Death,
that one and Love
Killer.
It to Death are my
Oh,
two favorite. Well, Killer, too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
oh,
yeah, all three of
Killer.
them. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Killer, I think was the pinnacle. My goodness, that's just wow. These guys were out of their mind. And speaking of another guy who was out of his mind is Scott Whelan. Sadly, out of his mind and ended up dying. And I saw the other day, I saw a meme where it shows all the Seattle folks that have died, and the only one that's still
Eddie
standing
Vedder.
is
Yeah.
Eddie Vedder.
Yep.
Wow, there's like 7 or 8 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Boom!
Well,
Holy cow!
Cobain,
Oh,
Cornell.
everybody.
You go back to Andrew Wood from Mother Love Bone,
Yep, 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 yep.
Lane Staley from Alice in Chains. Yeah, the list
There's
goes
a
on,
bunch of
man.
it's just
Yeah.
horrifying. Now here's a new we're always talking about people selling their catalogs. And the estate of Scott Whelan is selling his catalog uh, to. Oh wait, Primary Wave Music is obviously with him, and who are they selling it to? Does it say, Doc? I thought
I
it was
thought it was two
Primary Wave.
Primary Wave. Yeah, yeah.
It says the estate of Scott Whelan and Primary Wave Music. Okay, the leading independent publishing of kind of blah 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 have
Yeah.
reached a deal. Okay, or
Yeah.
a partnership, so to speak. So good for them. They might as well.
Yeah, this is all the Stone Temple Pilots stuff, all the Velvet Revolver,
Yeah.
solo. He had about 3 or 4 solo albums. So yeah, all that stuff, man.
Wow, absolutely. And oh man. Yeah, his debut albums 12 Bar Blues and Happy and Galoshes, Blaster, and the Christmas release of The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. But
Scott
yeah,
Whalen did the Christmas release. I had no idea.
it sounds like it. Yeah, yeah. But when the new partnership, Primary Wave, which is a new company we haven't heard of yet, will now share a name, image, and likeness rights with the estate and will provide access to the company's marketing team, publishing infrastructure, blah, blah. So they're just going to, try and get much out of the music as they can. And they got a lot of great music, boy. Creep, Interstate Love Song, Plush, Vaseline, and just a ton of others.
He's a pretty damn good, or was, I should say, was a pretty damn good front man too, man. Of his generation, he was up there, man.
Did you ever see this video? That picture there for Sour Girl?
Yeah,
Mind blowing.
with the
Mind
yeah,
blowing with
Sarah
what's
Michelle, yeah.
with
Sarah Michelle Gellar, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was just mind blowing. So, yeah, his estate might as well make. They don't have a financial statement on here saying how much they're getting for it, but
No, they rarely release it. Every once in a great while you
every
hear
once in a
about
while
one,
we'll
but
see it.
yeah,
But yeah, not on
yeah.
this one. But yeah, good for them. They might as well, because boy, he was in bad shape when he passed. Apparently he was like broken shit. You know, according to his son, he didn't
Dude,
have
man,
shit.
heroin's
Oh,
man, it's a killer, man.
yeah, yeah. He was broke. He died broke. So
Yeah, there you go. One of the great rock stars of his generation, man.
unbelievable.
Lost it all to heroin, man.
But yeah, I saw an interview with his son, and he was talking about that. Yeah. So yeah, well, good. They deserve to get some some fulfillment out of his career anyway. So
Yeah,
a good deal on that. Here's an interesting one. We talked about how ACDC they're going to be coming out on their 2024 tour.
yeah, they're
And
starting to get their ducks in a row, man.
yeah, well, one of their ducks may not be in a row, and that would be
Yeah,
bassist Cliff Williams. Yeah,
yeah,
Cliff Williams is rumored to be sitting out the 2024 tour, and they're going to be naming a replacement soon. So I don't know. That's like one of the easiest jobs in music because the bass playing is
true
not hard at
that.
all. It's just
When,
all their
when I was starting to learn the bass, I learned a lot of ACDC starting off. Yeah, it's very, very easy, man. Yeah.
So I don't know. He announced his retirement. After their Rock or Bust tour back in 2015-16, but then they got him to come back up and do some gigging and stuff. But apparently now he's just had enough.
Yeah, he did the Power Trip Festival with them, but now he's like, nah, no tour in my future, guys. So, yeah, they're expected to name a replacement, but as of yet, and it sounds like the insiders already know who it is, but they're waiting for
Yeah, yeah, that's
yeah,
the
they're waiting
vibe
for
I'm
the
getting out of that.
yeah, waiting for the band to make official announcement. So,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, now Malcolm's gone and Cliff. I always like watching the ACDs because you got Angus and Brian. They're up front, they're doing their thing, and they're just kind of sitting in the back.
just
And then
solid as
they'll
shit.
then
Yeah.
they'll pop up, do their background vocal, and go back again. I always like that, man. That was always kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah, no bullshit, just straight rock and roll.
Yeah.
They all know, screaming crap. But nonetheless, we'll see what happens with them. We'll see what comes around goes around. But that's all I got to say about that. All right, moving on. Yeah, did we saw these folks? Didn't we, Evanescence?
Well, we've seen them separately. That was a show I didn't go to. They
Oh,
opened
okay,
for
that's right.
Corn, and you saw them, and then I've seen them a couple times with my daughter.
That's right. That's right. Well, their song "Bring Me to Life," which I'm not actually familiar with, just reached.
Oh yeah, sure you are. That's the
You know,
big hit, man.
I'm sure I've heard. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just not familiar with the title or whatever. But it surpassed 1 billion streams on Spotify. So she could have enough money to buy, maybe buy a couple of cases of beer or something. I
Yeah,
don't
buy
know.
lunch or something. Yeah.
Well, of course, she's one of the ones that of course make bank. Since Spotify changed their algorithms and whatnot, she'll of course make bank. It's just the little bands that ain't gonna be able to get started up, of
Yeah, they'll
course.
never be able to grab a foothold now. Yeah.
Yeah, we see, we're starting to see a lot of different songs and whatnot either reach billion streams or a billion views on YouTube,
Right,
and
right, right.
that's sort of becoming more and more consistent now. So pretty
Kind
soon
of a
this won't even be a
milestone. Yeah.
thing. Well, at some
Well,
point,
there's been 500 songs, over all genres and everything. So it's still, a bit of a milestone.
500, yeah, that's still a pretty exclusive little club they got
Yeah.
going there. But
So
yeah,
yeah, that she reached.
Evanescence.
This is a billion streams on Spotify, and it reached a billion on YouTube a year ago. So February of 2 years ago. I'm sorry, we're in 24 now. February 22. So yeah,
Billion.
it's kind of a
Wow.
milestone for them. They've
Yeah.
kind of fallen off a little bit as far as the public eye a little bit. They're still around, but yeah, good for her. I always
Yeah.
liked her.
Yeah, I guess.
Quick little factoid: people know the male rap part in that song that they didn't want that. The Evanescence, Amy Lee, they didn't want that at all. That was a compromise to get it into the Daredevil soundtrack. So
Oh,
they kind of compromised their art a little bit on
I'll
that
have
one.
to
But
listen to the song. Hell,
they got them a billion views, so
yeah, yeah, yeah. They don't like compromise. You just ask the Doors when they played on Ed Sullivan. They
right
did not
there
want to
you go.
compromise. They
That's right.
didn't. Oh, here's a story we talked about quite a bit. Shinedown. Shinedown is the latest band to have touring issues in terms of logistics, financial logistics. Shinedown's Brent Smith, he says, saying that the trucks and the buses alone are 6 times more expensive than pre-pandemic, and that would basically put most tours,
That's
off the
insane.
paper. That's it. It's
That's
all,
insane. 6 times. Can you imagine having any
now that
kind of business
this is
where
over in
you're doing
Europe.
a major, right, right? Yeah, you want to throw the caveat in there. That's in Europe, and we've seen that before.
Yep. Yep.
Anthrax canceled over there because they said it was like 3 times as much, but now he's saying 6 times. But this is a year and 2 years down the road. But yeah, they had a 25-day European tour, and they said even bare bones, 2.2 million just to pull off the thing. So yeah, they
That's a big
canceled it.
risk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they canceled on that. So um
Wow.
yeah, just costs are just way too much, and we've talked about all the little ways everybody's squeezing bands and getting a little extra from them, and getting to the point now people are canceling tours because just not financially feasible. Man, just
Wow. That's
and they're a
crazy.
big band. I mean, it's not like some band just getting started. This is an established band.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. $2.2 million, and they were going to be upside down, and they made the decision. Nope, can't do it. Sorry. But they can. They're not Taylor Swift, and what, like, even Disturbed made what? They made like 14,
17 million. We thought, yeah,
17
yeah,
million
yeah.
on
I
their
think I
tour.
think so. Yeah,
So boy, the range is unbelievable. Some of these bands, yeah, they can't even tour because of the price. And then there's some people that got so damn much money and popularity, it really doesn't matter to them. But boy, Shinedown, what a shame too. Jeez, hope they don't do that in America. I wonder how the prices are here in America for them.
yeah,
Boy, oh boy, Shinedown, come on.
yeah. I don't think we've ever really heard the nuts and bolts of why it's so expensive over there. But yeah, we've heard that from a lot of bands now, and it's just tours getting canceled. So
Well, everything's costing more. Hell, everything's costing more in our regular lives. Jeez, I'm
you
starting to
got
get
that
pissed
right.
off at the cost of my utilities and crap. Good
Yeah.
riddance, jerks. Okay, speaking of people who ain't jerks, here, let's talk about some festivals going on here. We'll start
Yeah,
with the big one.
they're starting to pop up. They're starting to name them off.
Let's
So
start with the big one, and that's the Sonic Temple. This is huge. This one has some big names. Holy cow. It's a 4-day festival. They've got 4 stages, and they got over 100 bands. So this is like really serious, serious stuff. Although I gotta say, I'm looking at the schedule here. I saw the schedule, and the first name I saw was Disturbed. And I don't know. I just started laughing after that concert this summer. I don't know. Shame on me for laughing, but I just couldn't help it.
you know what? I've got bands like that too. I say it's just a reaction. It's just your reaction. It's the image you have in your mind, and you always will. And that's
well, for instance, listen to the opening night Thursday. Starts out with Nita Strauss, goes to Drowning Pool, then POD, Theory of a Dead Man, Mudvayne, Evanescence, and Disturbed. Holy cow. That's just the first night. And the other headliners
that's a
Friday,
early 2000s. Yeah, Killers
er,
Row there, man.
Friday night, you got the original Misfits headlining. Saturday, Pantera. Sunday, Slipknot. Just another stage, Judas Priest, Rise Against, Cypress Hill, Mr. Bungle. They just got a Machine Head, just everyone who's everyone. There's got some bands playing here that I can't even make out their band logo. Some of those heavy metal, death
Oh
metal
right,
bands.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
One
Oh
of
no,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, so it must be so good that you're not even allowed to make out their logo. That's how good they are, and they're headlining one of the lesser stages. But It's a monster setup. Uh, wow. The original Misfits, that ought to be just
I
insane.
saw their first show getting back together, man.
You
Yeah,
did.
they were Riot Fest, man. I was not up close though. I was pretty far back on that
Yeah.
one. I must say it was a packed thing, man. Yeah,
Oh, no
it
doubt.
was a huge crowd for that one, man. But yeah, it was a good
And
time.
boy, Stain's gonna be there. Anthrax, Breaking Benjamin, just wow, just Dirty Honey. Wow, we saw them, sure. Limp
Yeah, if you
Bizkit.
guys don't know
Oh,
Dirty Honey, please check them out, man. Up and coming band, and they're starting to gain a little traction. Huge Aerosmith influence. So yeah, I
yeah.
really
Oh,
like
yeah,
them.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Oh, Kerry King, he's got a solo band. He's gonna be doing some stuff there. So, yeah, that's gonna be crazy cool. And then we go get over here to Coachella, and it's like time out. Hold the fort. Headline: Coachella sees the slowest ticket sales in 10 years for their 2024 lineup. And when you look at the 2024 lineup, you got to say to yourself, well, no wonder. It's not impressive. It's not an impressive lineup at all.
Yeah, just looking at the headliners, what you got: Lana Del Rey, Doja Cat, and Tyler the Creator. So
No, 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 no. I think it's Lana Del Rey, Tyler, the creator, and Dojo Cat. I think it's four people.
no, Tyler the Creator is one
Oh, because
person.
it's got a comma between
Yeah,
Tyler the
Tyler
creator
the
here.
Creator. Yeah, no, that's one person. Yeah,
Oh, is it? All right.
Tyler the Creator. Yeah.
Oh, with a special performance by a reunited No Doubt. But I'm sorry, that's I don't know what is Coachella. Is it a rock or is it a goofy rock?
It's pop. It's like Beyonce's done that kind of thing. So yeah, they usually pull in some bigger names, but this is yeah, I've heard of those people, but I mean, obviously it's not for us. That's a festival. It's not for us, but their numbers are declining.
Yeah.
That might be
Well,
one of them first big ones to fold, man. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. You got
well,
a
well.
few
Listen to
really
these
big
other
ones.
acts. Listen to the other acts that are scheduled to perform: Blur, Peso Pluma, J
Blur's all right.
Balvin,
Yeah.
Ice Spice, Proudlin, Jane Eichel, Liz Uzo, Vert, Justice, Deftones, Jungle, Dom Dolo, Bleachers, Peggy Go, Grimes, United Sublime. That's like only two bands I recognize: Deftones and Sublime. I don't know.
That's Lil Uzi Vert. That's all one dude. Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil. Oh, well, yeah, and as FS Gate reports, the festival's first weekend is still yet to sell out after 6 days on sale at the time of writing, the slowest ticket sales in a decade. In 2015, tickets went in less than an hour, while it took less than
Yeah.
half a day for the festival to sell out in 2022. So, yeah, they needed more prime time talent there. I think that's going to be a problem for them. Oh,
That plus there's just so many of these big festivals. I mean, look, you just talk about Sonic Temple, man. I mean,
right.
they're bringing it, man. And we're talking about Power Trip, where are they gonna go next year, man? They had such a big lineup. I mean,
That's right.
so,
Yeah.
a lot of these festivals are really bringing it with their lineups, and it's not the time to be half. But Coachella, they'll get by on just their name for a period of time, I suppose, probably, and
Oh man.
just
Yeah.
all the hipsters. Hey, I
Uh,
was at Coachella, but.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Haven't heard
Well,
anything on Lollapalooza, Riot Fest. People maybe I've mentioned that quite a few times. I'm considering going. I'm missing it, man. I went there. I've been there, oh god, 7 or 8 times, and I miss
wow.
it, man. It was always a really good time, and I don't know. I'll
Uh,
hit my 60th birthday by then, so I don't know if I'm going to be
yeah.
physically and
I heard that, brother.
it's a marathon, dude. There's nowhere to sit down. There's no shade. You're just at the mercy of but I don't know. It's a good time. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
stay tuned. We'll see
Well,
what the lineup is. Maybe I don't know.
speaking of lineups, before we get to our last item, I see Heart is coming out announcing a tour, the first tour in 5 years with Cheap Trick and Squeeze supporting. So that'll
Nice.
be nice. See the Heart, the sisters back together. And with Cheap Trick opening, and Squeeze, heck, I haven't heard a Squeeze in ages.
Right? Yeah.
They were the smooth band with a lot of airplay back in the day
Yeah.
on AM and stuff. They had some really
Tempted,
smooth songs.
tempted by the fruit of
Fruit of
another.
another.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Discovered. Yeah, so yeah, that'll be interesting. And I just saw, oh, how disappointing, Doc. I just saw coming to Tinley Park is REO Speedwagon again with Train, the group Train playing with him. Uh,
Oh gosh, that's
I
an
don't know.
odd. Yeah, maybe not so much.
Well, the people were the comments were not kind to Speed. A few of them said, "Oh yeah, we're going to see him," and then a bunch, really, we just go away. They're just one of those uh always touring bands. I guess they're always going to tour, but
Yeah, Train.
that's
They've been on the town festival circuit here for a while. They were in Joliet here a year or two ago, that kind of thing. So yeah, it seems like they're just latching on to whatever. But hey, there's one show before we move on though coming up that I do want to attend with you, my good sir. And
sure.
we got coming to our venue the Doobie Brothers,
Yes, and opening up
Steve
Stevie
Winwood,
Winwood.
and
And
the
well,
Robert Cray band. Robert Cray.
oh,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah,
Like
we're
me,
going to that for sure. Oh,
like me
that's
some Robert Cray, man. So
oh,
yes.
I dig me some Stevie Winwood.
Oh yeah,
Holy
indeed.
cow!
Yeah.
And the Dubes, although they're gonna have Michael McDonald. I
Yeah.
don't know you, brother. It's like, oh, shut up, man. Come on.
Well,
I just found, they're a good rocking band, and then he came in and they just sort of with his voice, I don't know. Good for them though. It'll be a good show, dude. It's gonna
oh
be
yeah.
that'll
Oh
be a
yeah.
great show. So I'm definitely looking forward to that one, most definitely. But oh boy, we'll see how that goes anyway. But Tinley Park's starting to line things up
Yeah,
here
starting
so
to round
far.
out their summer a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, July 13th, training Ario. No, that's not going to happen.
No.
The 20th July Loserville tour. Got to go to that one. Limp Biscuit with Corey Feldman. That's a must. Take a bunch of
Yeah, I don't
gummies
know.
on that one. And then August 3rd, we're going to be seeing Sammy Hagar. Hagar. And I sort of doubt if Davey's going to show up, Doc. There seems to be a lot of friction
Yeah.
behind the scenes there. Do you think? We haven't really talked about that, but
No, we
Davey and
were
Sammy are now, and Wolfgang's in it now too. All three of them.
yeah.
Davey's
People
going
may
on his mom.
remember we put up that Sammy put out the invite to Dave and Alex.
Right.
And Dave kind of responded, "Hey, I'm in." But since then, yeah, he's kind of he's been Dave. We thought
Yep.
maybe just out of reverence and respect for Eddie, they pull it off. But no, Dave's Dave, and that's.
But we'll see. Nonetheless, we'll see Sammy, and then of course Creed August 16th, and Styx August 24th. I'm not going to that one. I don't think you're going either. Styx and Foreigner.
No,
I've seen
no.
enough of Foreigner. I can't take it. I wish John Waite. It would be John Waite with the Doobie or what's. Oh
Yeah, with one
well.
of the other shows that we're going to, yeah, that'd be great. I'd
Yeah,
love to see
because
him. Yeah.
we're tired. There's groups. Every year they come back. Ariel, Foreigner, they come back every doggone year, and it's like, when are you guys gonna retire already? Crying out loud. Okay, moving on though.
We
Our
need to,
last
you know what?
item.
We need to do a
What?
special episode just on our hate of Foreigner. We're gonna do the Foreigner hate
Oh
anyway.
gosh, I can't help it. Yeah, jeez, and they keep coming back, and they're gonna be back next year too, I'm sure. So
Oh yeah.
they're jukebox heroes. Speaking
Oh
of a hero,
god.
though, here's a hero
Yeah.
in every
Finally, our
sense of the
final
word.
story. Yeah.
Every sense, there he is, right there, legendary, Glenn Campbell, and the headline reads: Rick Nielsen, Billy Corgan, and Josh Freese amongst the guests on the Glenn Campbell Duets album, which is a very cool thing. You want to expound on this a little bit?
Yeah, this is an album he put. He's passed now, obviously, and he put
Mm-hmm.
out this farewell album in 2011, and it's the only album ever put out by somebody going through Alzheimer's. He was suffering
Right.
Alzheimer's. It's the only album put out, and people don't know Glenn Campbell. This guy's a virtuoso, man. I mean, this guy he's part of the Wrecking Crew going back to the '60s. He was like a I don't know de facto member of the Beach Boys there for a while, and
Mm-hmm.
and he's just people don't realize 1968 he outsold the Beatles. in
Yeah,
1968. I mean, he
dig
was
that.
big. You know, he had his own variety show. I mean, he was huge for a while. Remember, he was in True Grit. Remember that with
Oh
John
yeah,
Wayne? Yeah. He
you
was in
darn
that. So
tootin'.
yeah, so
That was
he was big, and then of course Rhinestone Cowboy later in the 70s was huge and everything. But yeah, so a lot of artists have joined up and they're doing like duets. You know, with lining up with the songs from that last album, they're doing duets with them on this, and it's quite a list of folks, man. Oh my gosh, you got Brian Wilson, which that right there, Glenn Wilson,
you
Glenn
can,
Campbell, and Brian.
oh
That's
right,
royalty, man, right there. You got Brian
absolutely.
Wilson, you got Carole King, Dolly Parton, Elton John, Hope Sandoval from Mazzy Star. People, I remember. Linda Perry from Four Non Blondes, Sting, Brian Setzer, Eric Church, Eric Clapton, Daryl Hall, the punk band X. The
Yeah.
list goes on. I mean, this is
Dave Stewart, Billy Corgan,
yeah,
Chris
yeah,
Isaac, Rick Nielsen, Steve Hunter, Dandy Warhols,
yeah.
just
Dick Dale.
Josh, Dick Dale for crying out. How'd they get
Yeah.
Dick? They must have
I,
used. Wow, that's crazy
I didn't know
cool.
he was still around, but yeah, look,
No, he isn't.
Josh
He's
Freese,
long gone.
Wendy Melvoin, remember from Prince and Revolution,
Right.
Wendy Leeds,
Yes.
yeah. So yeah,
Wow,
Billy
dig that.
Corgan, yeah,
Steve Hunter from Lou Reed's band back in the day. So
tons of freaking people just paying tribute to a
very
great
cool.
artist, man.
Well, he was.
People think of some of the, like I said, Rhinestone Cowboy or some of those kind of maybe a little more pop songs, but just as a player, as a musician, this dude was in rarefied air, man.
Rarefied air, baby. Yeah, he was one of those country shredders. You
Yeah,
know, boy, just Jerry Reed. These guys, you got these heavy metal guys who can
Chet
shred.
Atkins, yeah, those guys, yeah,
Chet Atkins, he was another shredder. Uh, these heavy metal guys, they turn up their Marshalls and they can shred real good. But I like I've said it many times, these country guys, they shred through clean amps and every note is clear. And that's like precision personified, period.
You want to see a really good one? Roy Clark. It's on YouTube. There's a bit where he was on The Odd Couple.
Did he do what?
It was like some flamenco classical. He was doing
Okay.
all kinds of different styles. Dude, it is mind blowing. Do yourself a favor. Roy Clark on The Odd Couple. And
Yeah.
it'll be on YouTube.
It's on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Flight of the Bumblebee. He did Flight of the Bumblebee the other day on a 12 string. It's
Yeah.
like, are you guys kidding me here? Get out of here.
Yeah.
These guys were so good. And of course, he was, on and off member of the legendary Wrecking Crew, which everybody in the world has heard their work thousands and thousands of
Yeah.
times throughout their
Yeah.
life. They've heard it. You've heard of. You may not know
Yeah,
it, but
all that
you've heard
stuff
it.
through the '60s. I mean, even if you
Yep.
thought, no, this is the band, this is
No, no.
who was it, or the Beach Boys, perfect example. No, the Beach
Right.
Boys had the Wrecking Crew come in, and they laid down because the studio time was expensive back then, and producers
Right.
didn't want to mess around, so they brought in these guys that are
The
going to
very
do
best.
it in one or two takes, and boom,
Yeah.
they're done, and moved on to the next one. They're not going to worry about bringing in these, these guys that just sit around and figure it out for a while. So
No. These
oh
guys,
yeah,
they brought in the best. Carol Kay on bass, probably 40, 50,000 songs, probably at least. I mean, just these people were just pernicious, if I may say that, in their playing prowess. And I may say that again, Bach. So yeah, very cool. But boy, that'll be a good album, man. Yeah, and he played right up to the end with Alzheimer's too. That's really something.
right.
What a tribute, boy! What great players! What great news week, man! Boy, things are
Of course,
starting
we
to
don't
heat
want
up
to talk
now.
about his history with Tanya Tucker, but we'll move on from that.
Nope. It's been a great
Don't
news
want
week.
to sully his name.
Yeah, yeah. So there we go. That was some good stories there. Yeah, good news week. Yeah, fucking a man. It's been. We'll see you. Why don't you take it home, Doc?
Yeah, another week in the books, man. So again, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Excuse me. Yeah, interesting stories from the world of rock. We bring them to you every week. So we'll do this next Monday as well. So hope you'll join us next time. And until then, have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody.